people are still numb because of what has happened. Not a single aid is being received from the state government. It's being appropriated by the state media as being perpetrated by the tribal community. There was a mass campaign amongst the tribals to open Twitter, to open Facebook accounts, and and voice out the grievances of the tribals.
Yesterday, as in, if we see from that perspective, like 3 days from today, ending of the 3 days, we have seen there is a rising, escalating series of violent attacks on Kuki people in the hill area, especially in the villages. How is the diaspora uh, in India as well as outside, and the people in general, Kuki people in general, reacting to such cases of violence, because it is extremely difficult for information to get out from Manipur as well. Except Churu we are not really seeing information escaping from Manipur. And anything that you can say.
Yes, Abid. So actually, the Kukizo tribal population outside Manipur, the emotional and the psychological trauma, especially after the initial week of the conflict happened, is still very much in our midst. But I think the psychological trauma will take some more time to actually be admitted and really be felt, because I think people are still numb because of what has happened, because of all the violence that has happened, and there hasn't been actually enough time to uh, like connect with the trauma of what has happened. However, even despite the trauma, the Kukizo population outside Manipur, I think we've been doing our best. I myself, staying outside Manipur right now, doing my studies outside. I think I'll say a few important points of the contribution that they have been making. The most important contribution that the Kukizo population has been making out from outside Manipur is is towards the relief centers. There are approximately 192 relief centers in total, catering to almost 40,000 displaced tribals across the hill districts. Now, not a single aid is being received from the state government, and these are being run almost exclusively from funds collected by the community members from across the cities of India and outside as well. Now, these relief centers are being run almost on a hand to mouth existence, where they'll receive donations that will last them for 1 week, and then hope and pray that they receive donations again so that they can sustain the relief center for another week. So this is the condition in which the relief centers are being run, especially from outside the state, uh, because of contributions from outside the state. Now, other than that, I think in terms of political representation, the Kukizo tribal communities in various cities have expressed their dissent and cry to the central government. In terms of protests or in terms of mobilizing protests, especially in Delhi, where several protests have been conducted, and I think in other cities as well, in Bangalore and in Bombay, along with other minorities commissions, minority societies, with the help of minority societies, certain form of protests have been conducted, and there's a protest that's been planned for Hyderabad tomorrow on 17th June. So these are the contributions that have been made by the Kukizo tribal population in Manipur with regards to voicing out our grievances. I think this is I think one of the main reasons why the tribal population outside the state is mobilizing so much is because uh, the entire conflict in Manipur, it's being appropriated by the state media as being perpetrated by the tribal community. Now, I think if we look at the initial days of the conflict, a lot of the media content that came out of the narratives that came out of the state, it was fully state controlled. Now, it was only because of the mass opening of Twitter. There was a mass campaign amongst the tribals to open Twitter, to open Facebook accounts, and and voice out the grievances of the tribals by tagging government officials, because that was literally the only avenue we had to express our dissent and to show our side of the story. Because otherwise, what happened was the state media was being controlled by the state, and it always perpetrated whatever propaganda was being spread by the state. Now, in order to combat that, people have taken to social media, and now at least certain national and independent media, including yours, have listened to the cry and to the deafening silence of the state on the suffering of the tribal people. So I think
Yeah.
these are certain things that the population outside of Manipur has been trying to do, by debunking fake news, for example, and trying to present authentic news, at least from the tribal point of view, with regards to the conflict in Manipur.